Live from Waller Stadium in beautiful Manhattan Beach, California, it's Mustang Football 2009 Playoff Edition. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Chris Lee, alongside, as always, with Jeremy Sadowski, and we are excited to bring you CIF playoff action opening round. Your Maricosta Mustangs of Manhattan Beach against the Quartz Hill Rebels. Jeremy, of course, the Mustangs come into the playoffs here as the undefeated Bay League champions, going on, taking their first crack at this year's playoffs against Quartz Hill, which, of course, was quite the nemesis of this squad last season. Jeremy, why don't you tell us a little bit, for those fans at home that don't really get a chance to follow Quartz Hill all that often, tell us about the Rebels.
Well, Chris, like you mentioned, Quartz Hill was the nemesis of this Mustang team last season as they met up in the championship game at Quartz Hill at a very cold and windy game that was, where Quartz Hill took the championship. This Mustang team is hungry. It wants revenge. Revenge is on its mind. They are firing on all cylinders right now, and they are looking forward to taking on Quartz Hill at home in this opening round of the playoffs.
Of course, Mustangs have been pretty close to perfect lately, both offensively and defensively. Offensively, I want to talk real quickly about Kyle Nunn, who, although has been pretty spectacular all season long, really these last 3-4 games has stepped it up another notch. Not only on the offensive side, where he comes into tonight with 9 offensive touchdowns as a receiver, as well as 3 touchdowns on punt returns, but last week, even on the defensive side, threw a nice interception using that receiving skill of his, returned that interception for another Mustangs touchdown. He is finding the end zone this season every single contest. That Kyle-to-Kyle connection is disastrous for the opponents. Jeremy, what has impressed you the most about the Mustangs offense this season?
Well, Chris, you mentioned the Kyle-to-Kyle connection, but what has impressed me is their balance. You got Morgan Reese, Rico Wright, Kellen Lockwood running the ball. You have great blocking up front by the Tavai brothers, by Chad Jensen, by Brennan. This team is firing, firing on all cylinders offensively. And then you go defensive-wise, you got, again, the Tavai brothers up front along with Jake Jomini. You have Jackson Morrow leading the linebacking crew along with Kellen Lockwood and Morgan Reese. And then you have Rico Wright, Dion Morris, Dante Davis, Kyle Nunn in the backfield, and then not only offensively and defensively have they been superior all season long in the Bay League, special teams too. You got Brendan Sofin when they do have to punt, pinning the teams back deep. You have Alex the Roach Narocha kicking 50, a 47, and a 49-yard field goal so far this season. So this team is definitely firing on all cylinders. They're looking for payback, and it's payback time now.
Yeah, definitely, Jeremy, the heart of this team's season really has been that defense. So many times the opponent has started off with the ball in offense first. That defense has pinned them back deep and given the Mustangs offense great field position. We've seen that all season long. Let's see if we see that again tonight. After the bouncer, Kyle Nunn with the return. And boy, talk about great field position. Kyle Nunn with a great return, really using his stop-and-go ability. Gets all the way out to the 46-yard line. Mustangs will be starting off with great field position yet again. Quarterback Kyle DeMarco under center. Takes a snap. It's a handoff straight up the middle. That is number 6, Morgan Reese. Of course, Morgan will be doing the bulk of the carries in that backfield for the Mustangs, coming in with just shy of 700 yards on the season and 7 rushing touchdowns. Morgan Reese, a very solid back for the Mustangs. DeMarco this time in shotgun. It's a play action. He looks middle, he throws middle, and oh, what a great catch out there. That was number 3 for the Mustangs. Of course, that is Jackson Morrow. Jackson, not only a big-time hitter on defense, also has some very solid receiving skills. Great catch right there, gives the Mustangs a first down. On 1st and 10, Morgan Reese carries off left tackle, gets a good 5-6 yard gain. I'm going to call it 6. It's going to bring up a second down now, second and short. Second and about 4 for the Mustangs. Of course, we're here in the opening quarter. Mustangs on offense in their green and gold home uniforms. Quartz Hill in the white with blue pants. DeMarco on play action. He's looking left. He throws left, and he has a touchdown. Kyle to Kyle connection works for the opening score on this contest. Welcome to the playoffs, Kyle Nunn.
Yeah, Chris, let's take another look at this play. Again, we've seen the Kyle connection work all season long as Kyle sets it up with the play-action fake to Morgan Reese, and then just a nice play by Kyle Nunn, turning around, leaping up, catching the ball at its highest point, and hauling it in for yet another Kyle-to-Kyle connection for a touchdown.
Perfectly thrown ball as well by Kyle DeMarco. Of course, DeMarco, after the point after attempt by Alex Nerocha, is up high, straight, and good, giving the Mustangs a 7-0 lead here in the opening quarter. Of course, DeMarco comes into this contest with 11 touchdowns to only 4 interceptions. Very effective with the ball for the Mustangs. Of course, we saw a little glimpse of that last season as he took over the quarterback position. Boy, has he really expanded on that for the Mustangs this year, completing over 55% of his passing attempts. Alex Nerocha now on the kickoff. It's a high kick, giving the return specialist a chance to try to get out there, but Mustangs got a little bit of a break there. Quartz Hill got a decent return, but their return man slipped up just shy of the 30-yard line. It's going to bring up a 1st and 10 from the 27 for Quartz Hill. Quarterback Assad with the handoff, and met quickly by J.R. Tavai. Of course, brother Jordan was there for the mop-up as well, but J.R. really got into that backfield quickly. 1 yard gain. It's a 2nd and 9 now for Quartz Hill. This time they go to the air. It's up, it's high, and it's intercepted. Kyle Nunn with great coverage gets a couple blocks. He's still on his feet and finally brought down at about the 11-yard line. What a great interception by Kyle Nunn.
Yeah, Chris, let's take another look at this play. Here comes the Mustang rush as the quarterback had enough time but did not see Kyle Nunn as he was covering the receiver tight and just makes a great play on the ball. And then, like he said, he uses his receiver skills and gets all the way down to the 10-yard line for the Mustangs. Another great job by Kyle Nunn on the defensive side of the ball to set up the Mustangs offensively.
Mustangs will now take over 1st and 10, already leading 7-0 here in the opening quarter. Ball spotted at the 11-yard line. DeMarco in shotgun. It's a play action. It's a keeper. He fights and pounds his way all the way down. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 4. great run by Kyle DeMarco. Of course, DeMarco, a very talented running quarterback, 335 yards and 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, actually leads the Mustangs in rushing touchdowns. This time, Mustangs keep it on the ground again. It's a straight handoff to Morgan Reese. He gets to the one that may be enough for a Mustangs first. Let's see. Oh, it's spotted just shy. I'm surprised they're not taking a measurement here, but 3rd and inches for the Mustangs. Got to assume it's going to be a QB keeper, and there it is. And it looks like that may be good for a touchdown. And it is touchdown Mustangs. Just as we got done talking about DeMarco's running ability, there it was right there. Gets the first, and even more than that, gets the touchdown. Mustangs on the board again, looking to try to dominate Quartz Hill early. The point after attempt is up high, straight, and good. 14-0 now the score here early in the first quarter. Alex Narocha set to kick off now. Normally, DeRoche likes to really boot these through the back of the end zone, particularly after touchdowns. That last time we put a little bit more airtime on it. Let's see what they go with this time. Again, it's a high booming kick. Mustangs have this one read pretty well. A flag comes down. Tackle is made by the Mustangs number 85, Marcus Probosco, and that will be against Quartz Hill. They are pinned deep, deep, deep after the penalty at the 6-yard line. Quarterback Assad with the handoff, and that was Kyle Brooks with the carry, but he is stopped quickly. Jordan Tavai involved on that tackle. Second down situation coming up now for Quartz Hill. It's a roll right. It's a QB keeper right. And oh, Mustangs come up with a nice tackle out there. That was the Loch Ness Monster combining with number 6, Morgan Reese for the Mustangs. Nice teamwork on that one. Comes up with a big hit. Quartz Hill did get the first down. 1st and 10 now, man in motion. It's a handoff. And tackled quickly, Morgan Reese low, and number 86, Jake Gelmini high. That's definitely one thing we've seen all season long with this Mustangs defense is the level of teamwork is very impressive. Very rarely is there a straight solo tackle. It's usually 2 or 3 guys involved in one shot. Meantime, Quartz Hill on the roll left. And finally driven out of bounds. Looked like the Loch Ness Monster involved on that hit. Kellen Lockwood, number 33 for the Mustangs. 3rd down now, 3rd and short for Quartz Hill. It's a handoff straight off the left guard. Mustangs stop it and throw them backwards, but let's see where they spot the forward momentum. And they give a pretty generous spot. That will be enough for a Rebels first down. Of course, we're here in the opening quarter. Mustangs lead this contest 14-0 over the Quartz Hills Rebels. Quartz Hill, meantime, going to the air. It's high, and oh, it is dropped. Assad was looking for Jarrell Littlefield, but that one's incomplete. 2nd and 10 now for the Rebels. Assad, on the bad snap, recovers it. He's under pressure, though. Mustangs have a red, and Mustangs get the sack. Number 85, Marcus Probosco. That creates a second down and long, 2nd and 18 now for the Rebels. Good snap this time. Assad in the air, and wow, what coverage out there by number 2, Rico Wright. There was no place to go at all. In fact, if anything, Quartz Hill is lucky Rico didn't come up with the pick. 4th down and punting now for the Quartz Hill Rebels. Good snap. Low punt. Takes a bit of a Quartz Hill bounce, but recovered nicely by the Mustangs. Kyle Nunn played that one on the bounce. Tackled immediately, though. Mustangs will still take over with good field position, leading this contest 14-0 here in the opening quarter. DeMarco under center. 3 receivers set. It's play action. He's rolling right. He's got daylight in front of him and decides to keep it and gets about 9 yards. We'll call it 8 after the spot. 2nd down and 2 now, Mustangs. DeMarco with the handoff. That was Morgan Reese with the carry. That could be enough for Mustangs first. Let's double check the spot. Nice run by Morgan Reese. Does get the Mustangs another 1st down. 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 44-yard line. It's play action. DeMarco in the air. DeMarco in the middle of the field, and incomplete. Going that time for number 21, Dion Morris. Dion getting some play out there at the receiver position. First Dion, a junior. Very talented defensive corner as well. Meantime, Quartz Hill gets a sack, a rare sack, given up by the Mustangs. 3rd and long now, 3rd and 16 for the Mustangs. DeMarco, wide receiver, middle screen. Kyle, he's still on his feet. He's got the 1st down and maybe more. He gets another block, and that will be more. That's a touchdown. Kyle to Kyle connection again for another Mustang score.
Let's take another look at that play, Chris. The first Kyle to Kyle connection, Kyle went deep. And then this one, it's all set up by Nunn coming across the middle, getting that little middle screen. All his linemen are out there providing great blocks. There's a good block there by number 72, Jordan Tavai. Great little move by Nunn to avoid a tackler there. And then you get Rico Wright finishing off the last guy right here with a great decleater, which then Nunn can just walk in if he wanted to. There's nobody else around him. The only thing he has to watch out for is the hit from Kyle DeMarco coming up. But then again, everybody has to watch out when they score on this Mustangs team because Kyle DeMarco will hit you.
Another touchdown. Mustangs really opening this first quarter up in style. Talk about a way to start off the 2009 playoffs. Meantime, the kick is up high straight, and it is good. 21-0 is the score, and we are still in the opening quarter. Alex the Roach Narocha, after the successful point after attempt, kicks that one down to about the 4. Quartz Hill now on the return. They get about 24 on the return. Nice hit out there by Dion Morris. The Rebels will start, though, 1st and 10 at the, we'll call it the 27-yard line. They're going to open in shotgun. Assad with the handoff. Mustangs not fooled at all. Andrew Brenner involved on that tackle, as well as Jordan Tavai. Shotgun again for the Rebels. They look left, they throw left, and that's another interception. Oh boy, another big turnover. That time it was Dion Morris. Just got done talking about the young man. Welcome to the ball game, Dion Morris.
Yeah, Chris, let's take another look at this defensive play by the Mustangs here. Quartz Hill and shotgun. Again, the quarterback overthrows his receiver into an area covered well by the Mustangs. You got Dion Morris and a couple other Mustangs in that realm, and Dion was able to pull in the interception. Yet another turnover for the Mustang defense, setting up the Mustang offense, and the Mustang offense is already up 21-0.
Yeah, that was definitely great coverage as the Mustangs' number 3, Jackson Morrow, did a great job of dropping back. So Quartz Hill's quarterback had to try to throw it over Jackson and in front of Dion and was not able to do it. Overthrew because of the pressure of Jackson Morrow, and that overthrow led straight to the interception by Dion Morris. Mustangs, meantime, called for a holding penalty here on the 1st and 10 play. Repeat of 1st down. Mustangs keep it on the ground. And still fighting for it is Morgan Reese. Wow, dragging people along all the way down to the 30-yard line. He made up more than that fair share of the penalty there, just in his own grit effort. What a great run by Morgan Reese. And that would do it. That's the end of the first quarter, fans. Mustangs lead this contest 21-0.
Yeah, Chris, great job by the Mustangs again, offensively and defensively. Defensively, you've had 2 interceptions, one by Kyle Nunn and the other by Dion Morris to set up the Mustangs offensively. You had 2 Kyle-to-Kyle connections as well as the DeMarco sneak for the Mustangs. Again, this team, like I said in the beginning, was hungry for some payback, and they have gotten it so far here at the end of the first quarter, up 21-0.
Mustangs now start 2nd and 4 here to start off this second quarter. Man in motion, that was Rico Wright in motion. DeMarco now under pressure. He's got some space to run. You know him, he will. And he is tackled just shy of the 1st down marker. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short for Kyle DeMarco. Got to anticipate the possibility of another DeMarco run here. Jackson Morrow in motion. This time the Mustangs hand it off. Rico Wright with the carry, spins, twists, and gets down to the 20 and gets another Mustangs 1st down. First and 10 Mustangs, ball spotted at the 20-yard line. I'll call it the 21. DeMarco under center, it's a handoff. It's Rico Wright again following his blocks and gets all the way down inside the 10, down to the 8, 1st and goal, Mustangs. Rico, one of the swiftiest rushers on the Mustang squad. Good stop and start running. This time it's play action to Rico. DeMarco keeps it and gets down to about the 6. 2nd and goal coming up now for the Mustangs. I formation. DeMarco with the handoff to Rico Wright. Again, following his blocks beautifully. Found a nice crease and got all the way down to the 1-yard line. 3rd and goal coming up for the Mustangs. Got to expect that 3-back formation. There it is, in fact. It's Rico Wright. It's up, it's high, it's in, and it's a touchdown. Rico Wright with the score.
Yeah, Chris, Rico is looking suave as he went up and over the top and into the end zone for a touchdown. And the Roach follows up with yet another extra point and this Mustang team is still rolling 28-0.
The Melvins are excited even. The fans are pumped, and boy, are they being treated to a special performance by this Mustangs team. 28-0, dominating on offense and defense. Defense with 2 interceptions already.
Yeah, this Mustang team is giving Quartz Hill a Melvin tonight.
Starting to look more like a Louisiana wedgie to me. The Rebels now on 1st and 10. They get about 4 on the play. Stopped nicely by the Mustangs D. Marcus Brabosco involved on that play. 2nd and 6. The Rebels to the air this time, and incomplete. Good coverage. Boy, Quartz Hill's receiver is actually probably lucky he didn't catch that one, because number 19, Kyle Nunn, had his number inside and was ready to, ground him, if you will. And speaking of Kyle Nunn, boy, what another great interception. Turnover Mustangs, one-handed catch. Boy, what a great job out there by Kyle Nunn. He is dominating this contest.
Yeah, Chris, let's take another look at this interception. This is Kyle Nunn's second of the night to go with 2 touchdowns, as we see the Quartz Hill quarterback dropping back, throwing, and now look here as you see Kyle Nunn nonchalantly going after it with one hand, not even needing the other hand, as he pulls it in for the interception and then tries to find a couple blocks and gets it down to the Quartz Hill 21. Again, great job by Kyle Nunn. He's showing you how easy it is. He only needs one hand to do it against Quartz Hill tonight.
Kyle Nunn definitely dominating this contest on now both sides of the ball. And for Quartz Hill, the dangerous part is when Kyle gets that interception, boy, half a second later, he's already turned and flipped that to the offensive side of his ability and is looking to not just get some yardage, but he's looking for the end zone. Of course, Kyle last week, in fact, had a interception return for a touchdown. Wouldn't surprise me if he does another one tonight, the pace he's on so far. Meantime, DeMarco on the snap. It's a bouncer. Officials are stopping this one, though. Let's see what the penalty is. And it's motion against the Mustangs. Repeat of 2nd down. 2nd and 12 for the Mustangs. DeMarco on the handoff, but another flag comes in. Again, this one before the snap. And again, it's a motion penalty against the Mustangs. Of course, Maricosta leads this contest 28-0 here in the opening half. DeMarco, meantime, on the QB keeper, twists, spins, and turns and works his way forward, making up most of the yardage loss on the penalties. 3rd down now, Mustangs. Doubles right, I formation. DeMarco with the play action. Now he's looking middle. He's got Kyle Nunn middle. He fights off a player, dragging him 5 yards and gets into the end zone. What a miraculous play and touchdown by Kyle Nunn. Kyle to Kyle connection again for the Mustangs, and Nunn continues to dominate.
Yeah, Chris, let's take another look at this play. And this play reminded me a bit of the Redondo play last week when Kyle Nunn dragged a Redondo defensive back 20 yards as DeMarco avoids the traffic up front, gets the ball to Nunn, and then Nunn is all wrapped up here at the 15, drags the Quartz Hill player to about the 10 where Rico Wright says enough of that and just knocks him off, and then spins through 2 more tackles as Jackson Morrow wanted to get a piece of one, but no one was there, and then Tavai comes up and says, you're not going to get a piece of Nunn in the end zone. I'm not having any of that in my house. Great job again by the Mustangs. Not only Nunn, but all his blockers putting this teamwork together and putting another ball in the end zone for the Mustangs. Touchdown, Maricosta.
Yeah, Jeremy, that's actually one of the things that's impressed me the most about this Mustangs team is the unselfishness of every single player on that field. Once someone makes a reception and tries to start to make a play, everybody turns out to try to get a big block, whether it's, Rico Wright out there from the tailback position getting a key block, or whether it's, the fullback, J.R. Tavai, at the end of the play in the end zone. Doesn't matter. If you're on that field, you're trying to spring your teammate. We've seen that all season long for the Mustangs, and boy, has that been a dominating factor tonight. Mustangs now, after the successful point after attempt by Alex the Roach Narocha, now lead this contest 35-0. Looks like an offsides call will result in a re-kick. Mustangs just about set. Again, only in the second quarter. Impressive opening playoff performance here by the Mustangs. The Rebels now on the return, waiting for that blocking to happen. Finally does form, and they do get the return out to just about the 40-yard line. The Quartz Hill Rebels will take over 1st and 10 from the 40. Mustangs with the 4-man front. Quartz Hill runs it straight up the middle. Not an easy thing to do against this Mustangs run defense. They only get 2 on the play, 2nd and 8. We've seen that all season long. Teams try to run on 1st down against the Mustangs, can't do it, and next thing you know, it's 2nd and then 3rd and long, thanks to the sack by J.R. Tavai. I'm sorry, the other Tavai, Jordan Tavai. Both Tavai brothers very active on the defense for the Mustangs. That one was a solo one for Jordan. Of course, it's every quarterback's nightmare to be Tavai'd when you get hit by both Tavai brothers. Meantime, Rico Wright with another big hit.
Yeah, Chris, that was a great job by Rico Wright coming up and cracking that receiver, making sure he did not get enough for the 1st down, forcing a punting situation by Quartz Hill.
Punting situation indeed, 4th and 3. High snap. Quartz Hill looks like they were kind of waiting for the downfield blockers as the Mustangs had no rush at all. The punter was kind of confused. He didn't really know whether to try to keep that and run that or just wait for the punt. Meantime, Mustangs on the return take over at about the 23-yard line, 1st and 10. It's a run straight up the middle. That's number 39, Nick Villaseñor. Nice run straight up the middle by Nick, the one of the Mustangs fullbacks. 9-yard carry, bringing a 2nd and 1 situation. Now we get Kellen the Loch Ness Monster Lockwood with the carry. Looks like that should be enough for the Mustangs first. Indeed it is, 1st and 10 Mustangs after the carry by Kellen Lockwood. This time it's Villasenor again up the middle with another nice run. That time a 12-yard run, giving the Mustangs another 1st down. Of course, the Mustangs already lead this contest 35-0 here in the 2nd quarter. I formation now, draw play, Kellen Lockwood straight up the middle, tripped up at the 50, still falls forward all the way down to the, we'll call it the 46-yard line. Maybe the 47, meantime 2nd and short. Lockwood again with the carry and again with another Mustangs 1st down. First and 10 Maricosta. And it looks like that will do it. That'll take us to halftime. Mustangs coaching staff more than happy with that first half performance. Mustangs going to halftime leading 35-0 in one of the most impressive opening halves by the Mustangs all season long. Fans, stay tuned. We'll be right back for the 2nd half. And welcome back for the 2nd half action as the Mustangs thoroughly dominated both sides of the field here in this first half, leading 35-0 in their opening playoff contest of 2009 against the Quartz Hill Rebels. Wow, what an impressive first half performance by the Mustangs all the way around, but Kyle Nunn has really taken this game over offensively and even defensively with 2 interceptions, 2 touchdowns as a receiver, 3 touchdowns as a receiver, really dominating this this performance, and with a nice combination of receptions. He had the one deep corner fade for a touchdown. He had the one wide receiver middle screen that, really he caught basically at the line of scrimmage, took that in for a touchdown, and then on the DeMarco scramble came back to the ball and dragged players into the end zone, literally, for another touchdown. Meantime, the Mustangs on defense now, Kellen Lockwood as well as J.R. Tavai combined on that tackle. Mustangs D also incredibly impressive, especially that run D. Quartz Hill. Oh, and speaking of impressive defense, Quartz Hill's quarterback just got Tavide and Gelmini. JR Tavai, Jordan Tavai, and Jake Gelmini combined on the triple sack. Third and long for the Rebels. I formation. It's a handoff. They decide to run it and go conservative. And boy, even when they try to do that, Jackson Morrow comes up with the hit and makes them pay for that too. Fourth down, punting now for the Quartz Hill Rebels. Here said, oh, it's a high snap. It's a bad kick. It's taken on a bounce. Dion Morris, he's got a chance, gets a huge block and gets a touchdown. What a monster block by Tajee Mobley. Welcome to the end zone, Dion Morris.
Yeah, Chris, let's take another look at this play. As again, we've said this Mustang team has been rolling on all facets of the game, including special teams this season. They've returned 2 touchdowns previously, both by Kyle Nunn. But look at this play, as it's a high snap. The Quartz Hill kicker gets it and then sort of top spins the ball as he is able to get it off. But then look here, as you got J.R. Oshima just with the initial block springing Dion Morris, and then Tajee Mobley finishes the job as he just blocks the only other possible tackler, and Morris is into the end zone because of those 2 great blocks and that heads-up play, getting that ball off of the bounce.
Dion Morris also with an impressive game. Not only does he now get that touchdown to add to his night's totals, but he also had an interception earlier this contest. Meantime, the point after attempt is up high straight, and it is good. 42-0 is the score now here in the third quarter. Alex Narocha with the kickoff. It bounces and bounces into the end zone. That's a touchback. Quartz Hill will take over 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Quartz Hill, I formation, runs straight up the middle. Ball pops loose, but they're calling it down by contact. 6-yard gain on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 4 for the Rebels. The ball's up, caught, and oh, what a big hit. Loch Ness Monster comes up, but the monster hit.
Yeah, Chris, let's take another look at this play by Kellen Lockwood as he just comes up and delivers a mighty blow against the Quartz Hill receivers. You'll see right here as the Quartz Hill receiver comes down with the ball and then avoids what he thinks is the only tackle there by Dion Morris. But, look out. Kellen Lockwood, full speed. It reminds me of Rocky and Apollo back in the old Rocky movie when they both went down and they both ended up getting up. But what a hit, what a knockdown by the Loch Ness Monster.
Quartz Hill, meantime, on 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. They keep it on the ground, and that is stopped quickly. Again, the Loch Ness Monster, Kellen Lockwood, involved in that tackle. as the fog starts rolling in here. 2nd and 6 for the Rebels. And the Mustangs get the pressure and they get the sack. J.R. Tavai.
Yeah, Chris, another great play by the Mustang defense. Let's take another look at this one as J.R. Tavai is absolutely unstoppable on the defensive line. It appears that 2 linemen try to block him, but that's not going to do it as he's all over the quarterback before he can even finish his drop back, and then he's just dropped. Great job by Tavai. And again, that Mustang defense is all fired up.
Third down and long now for the Rebels. 3rd and 11 after the sack by Tavai. It's a sweep left. Nowhere to run, and the only place to go is down when you're trying to run against the Mustangs D. That was number 85, Marcus Brabosco, involved in that tackle. Only a 2-yard gain. 4th and 9 coming up. Another punting situation for the Rebels. Here's the snap, almost blocked by the Mustangs. That one takes a big bounce. And are they going to call that one down at the 1? They are. They're going to give the Rebels the benefit of the doubt on that one. Mustangs will take over 1st and 10 from the 1-yard line. Flag comes in. That one may have been a late substitution penalty against the Mustangs. Move them back another 2 inches, I guess. Not much to really move them back on that one. Meantime, Mustangs do have a change at quarterback. Number 7, Dalton Crawford in now. As quarterback Kyle DeMarco certainly earned rest for the remainder of this contest, throwing for 3 touchdowns and rushing for 1 of his own. Sure, he'll be the first of many Mustangs to take a breather here as we see Tajee Mobley with the carry this time.
Another reason why this Mustang team has been so dominating the last few games is they have been able to rest up and haven't needed to really struggle during down the stretch, as this Mustang team and the backups are really starting to get some good play, as you see Connor Vartanian with a nice run up the middle for the Mustangs. And this experience for those younger Mustangs will be invaluable later on, as this team will have to replace a lot of seniors next year.
And meantime, nice reception out there by number 27, Tajee Mobley. Mustangs now, I formation. It's a handoff to the fullback, straight up the middle. Still on his feet, and finally brought down is the Mustangs, of course, number 35. That is Quinn Goldman. Timeout on the field. 2nd down play now. I formation. And that one is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Mustangs lead this contest 42-0 here, dominating this first half especially. Incomplete pass. Fourth down situation now for the Mustangs. Brendan Sofin in the punt. Mustangs personnel a little confused out there. Of course, you'll see that sometimes in a game like this. A lot of times when the starters, per se, come out and rest, your backups don't realize they're also involved on special teams, too. Mustangs now set for the punt. Good job by Sofin just to track that one and still get a nice high booming punt. Definitely takes a Mustangs bounce. They will down it at the 15. Boy, what a beautiful punt by Brendan Sofin. Here with just 1:55 left to go in this third quarter. Mustangs lead 42-0. Quartz Hill takes over. First and 5, sweep right after the penalty, and Quartz Hill takes out one of their own coaches.
Yeah, Chris, let's take another look at this defensive play. As like you said, that Quartz Hill coach took the beating here. As we see here in slow motion, it is number 6, Morgan Reese, doing the job, knocking the Quartz Hill player and the coach out all in one motion. When you're a coach on the sideline, you got to have your head on a swivel. You got to be willing to move and not take the hit. Or else you'll land up on your,
Mustangs now really putting on the pressure defensively. First and 10. Hand off to the back, straight up the middle. Boy, what a nice tackle out there. Dion Morris. He comes up with some big plays, especially some big hitting plays, often for the Mustangs. Of course, he's been dominant tonight. Quartzo, meantime, picks up the first down. High formation, Quartzo gives to the fullback straight up the middle, only gets about 3 on the play. Second and 6 now. Jordan Tavai with the tackle. As we get closer to the end of that third quarter, and in fact, there it is. Mustangs will go into the fourth and final quarter, leading this contest 42-0, clearly dominating this contest. Boy, what a great way to open up these 2009 playoffs. Third and short for Quartz Hill. Third and long 2. QB keeper. I don't know if he's going to get there. Mustangs read it pretty well. Adam Moritz involved in that tackle. I think he's short. Let's see what the spot is. In fact, he is. It's short. 4th and 2. They will go for it. I formation and motion all over the place. That's a penalty against Quartz Hill. Move them back 5, sir. Fourth down now and 8. All of a sudden, instead of going for it, Quartz Hill now, thanks to the penalty, forced to punt. There's the snap. It's a high kick. It's going to be taken by Rico Wright. Tries to turn the corner, not able to do so. Mustangs still will take over 1st and 10, leading this contest 42-0. Of course, Mustangs on offense led now by number 7, Dalton Crawford. They pound the ball straight up the middle. Third down situation out for the Mustangs. I formation. Handoff to the fullback, straight up the middle. It's going to spot that one at the 23. Maybe just shy of the 1st. Let's double check the spot. And in fact, that is enough for another Mustangs 1st down. Handoff. Mobley trying to turn that corner. Got some daylight and finally dragged down at the 45. But boy, what a great run by TG Mobley. Crawford with the handoff. Mobley again with another nice carry. Gets about, I'm going to say 6 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short for the Mustangs. Sorry, 2nd and short. Crawford with the handoff again, and that one will be enough for a 1st down. First and 10 Mustangs. Keep it on the ground again, this time off left guard. That's number 31, Andra Wyndham for the carry. I formation. Crawford with the handoff straight up the middle. Connor Vartanian again with the carry. Mustangs keep it on the ground again. TG Mobley breaks a couple tackles, gets to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Chris, this Mustang team is determined to keep this ball on the ground. Just run out the clock, get experience for those younger Mustangs. Again, I'm hearing late word from the other playoff games around the Western Division. Over in Inglewood, it's Chaminade High School, the Mission at-large team, defeating Inglewood High School 37-14, which will force a second round matchup between these Mustangs and Chaminade at Chaminade next Friday. Some other scores from around the Western Division. I'm starting to get some early results coming in here. We have St. Francis big over Gar, 55-34, as the Mustangs continue to run the clock out. We have Palmdale big over Santa Monica, 45-26. Alamany took out Highland, 40-13. Warren took out Bay League third place finisher West Torrance, 51-21. Redondo comes up big, 42-14 overnight. And Dominguez took out Culver City, one of our old arch rivals, 64-27.
Meantime, here on third down situation for Quartz Hill. They get enough for the first down, 1st and 10 now for the Rebels. They run that one straight up the middle. Noah Greno involved in that tackle.
And Chris, just to update some of the second round matchups we'll see here in the Western Division. Like I mentioned, it'll be Maricosta at Chaminade. Over in the same bracket will be St. Francis versus Palmdale. Over in the bottom half of the bracket, it'll be Alamany at Warren, and the Seahawks from Redondo will visit Compton Dominguez in Compton.
Fourth down situation, meantime, for the Quartz Hill Rebels. I'm sorry, second down situation. Looks like they get enough for the first down. Of course, at this stage, even Quartz Hill primarily keeping this one on the ground. They've also worked in a number of different substitutes. An exciting way to open these 2009 playoffs, no doubt about it. Fourth down and 2 for Quartz Hill. Of course, they will go for it at this stage. They keep it on the ground. Oh, Mustangs read it, almost get the tackle. Quartz Hill, meantime, able to turn the corner. And are they calling them out of bounds at the 8? It looks like they are. Good tackle out there by the Mustangs. Number 34, Jeff LaPointe.
Who won the $50 and graciously donated back to the Maricosta Mustang football program. Thank you to Mr. Horace Carroll.
Three back formation for the Rebels. Played nicely by the Mustangs D. Troy Seaman involved on that tackle. The Rebels keep it on the ground again. This time, number looks like 34 for the Mustangs. Jeff LaPointe. Right there involved on that tackle. As well as number 82, Joshua Stump. Still in the three-back formation, and this time Quartz Hill punches it into the end zone. Finally getting on the scoreboard here late in the fourth quarter after the Mustangs have dominated this contest. 42 to currently 6. Let's see this point after attempt is good.
Yeah, it appears the Quartz Hill fans were waiting a long time for that score, as they almost ended up taking their balloons home with them. But they got the score. They got to release their balloons, and that ball is no good, and it's 42-6 as Quartz Hill's playoff dreams for the 2009 season are floating away.
Slowly off in the distance. That's the only difference between their balloons and tonight's contest against the Mustangs, as the Mustangs ripped this one open and quickly. There was nothing slow about the Mustangs tonight as they jumped out to a 21-0 lead after the first quarter alone and just kept adding to it. Under a minute left to go. Of course, Mustangs at this stage, they'll get it. They'll sit on this one for the victory and prepare to face the second round competition. Boy, what a great way, the long season. Nice to see the Mustangs able to rest some of their key players. That should really help them come this playoff stretch here. Help keep those players like Kyle DeMarco, Kyle Nunn, keep those guys fresh and on top of their game. Looks like Tashi Mobley may have been hurt a little bit on that play. Let's hope he's okay. Limping off on his own power. That's a good sign. Mustangs, meantime, 1st and 10. Triple receiver set, I formation. And Crawford takes the knee. That will just about do it. He may have to do it one more time. Let's see here. As the clock continues to roll, we are under a minute left to go. And in fact, that will be it. That's good enough. Mustangs will win. 42-6 is the final score. Fans, what an exciting contest and a dominating performance by the 2009 Mustangs in an opening playoff victory. Of course, as we mentioned all contests long, great all-around victory by the Mustangs. The defense dominated. The offense clearly dominated. That Kyle-to-Kyle connection working for 3 touchdowns tonight. Boy, another impressive victory by the Mustangs. Jeremy, kind of hard, really take a lesson, but what can the Mustangs look forward to in next week's contest?
Well, Chris, next week's contest, like you said, is going to be a tough-fought match up at Chaminade. Mustangs have played Chaminade in the past in the playoffs and defeated them. It'll be interesting to see what Chaminade will bring to the table. But this Mustang team, like we've mentioned, is rolling on all 3 facets of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If this team just keeps within their game and just plays hard like they have been, there should be no problem going up to Chaminade and taking it to them.
Definitely no sign of nerves at all as the Mustangs come away with a big-time victory. Congratulations, fans. Stay tuned. Tune in next week. For Jeremy Sadowski, I'm Chris Lee signing out, and we'll see you next week in the second round of the playoffs.